Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's chapter. Today, we will focus on Emmett's straight line graph. So in this chapter, we need to master a few parts, which first, curve to straight line. How we can convert a curved equation to a straight line equation. Part 2, we need to apply the straight line formula, especially when we have special x-axis and special y-axis. Number 3 is something that very similar to your maths, is the equation of straight line. Involve this midpoint, distance, parallel, perpendicular, bisector. The only new thing that we add in is the area of triangle, the third formula that we learned in the whole syllabus. Let's go for the first part, how to convert a curve to straight line. A curve, for example, this equation and this equation, both of them are curved. We can change them into straight line equation. We just apply 3 steps. So the first step, we log or ln on both sides. So you can choose is log or ln if the question do not specify. If the question part 2 or part 3, they mention LG or LN, then you just follow them. For example, I use LG, I just LG both sides. Step 1 done. Step 2, apply log rule to split. This is the part that have two things that we can split them into two parts. Last, we apply the log rule, which the power we can throw front. This is the power that we can throw in front of your LG or LN. It's already a straight line equation, which we compare back. LGY is my Y, LGX is my X. These two contain the thing that can change the variable. And then the thing that next to variable would be gradient. So N would be your gradient and LGA will be your y-intercept, just like this. So we try the second situation. How about if x is the power, is still the same 3 steps. First step, we algebra both sides. Second step, we do log split, times become plus. Third step, power, we can move down. So if power itself is the unknown will be my x, this will be my y, LGB would be my gradient, and LGA would be y-intercept. So the x is based on which thing have the variable. Variable p and t are known connected by this equation. So a, b are constant, p found for certain values of time. Show that a graph log p against t will be a straight line. So we need to do our convert. We must use LG, so make sure you use LG only. So the first step, log both sides. Second step, split and become plus. Third step, power throw down. And then this is my y-axis. T, they already mentioned, is our x-axis. So my gradient would be LGB, LGA would be my C. You can score 2 marks. So after we done the first part, the second part asks you, the diagram shows this against this, the relationship in a straight line. So they says the graph passes through this point and this point, asks you to find the value of A and B. We know gradient is LGB. We can find the gradient easily because we have these two coordinates. Gradient is y minus y over x minus x. So we can confirm LGB is 3 over 7. So B is shift log of 3 over 7. Or you can write in this form. Okay, so after we deal with the gradient, then we can deal with the C. So for this graph, they clearly show you the y-intercept is 6. And then C is the y-intercept. So we can confirm LGA is 6. So A is 10 power of 6. Done. First type of question, they sketch the graph for you. Second type of question, they ask you to sketch the graph. The variables connected the relationship by this. And then sketch a graph of LGY against X. First of all, we need to convert this into a straight line. Here they say LG, so we convert everything to LG. Step 2, split. Step 3, power through front. To sketch this graph, we need to have info of LGY, info of X. We already have info of X. The thing that we need to add in is what is the value of LGY. So you need to add a column here and show the examiner you are finding LGY. So this is definitely a calculator paper. You just key in LG 38, you get 1.6. LG 150, 2.2. LG 600, 2.8. LG 20500 will be 4.3, 4.9. Okay, make sure you show this step, and then you can sketch a graph here. When X is 1, LGY is 1.6. When X is 3, Y is 2.2. Okay, plot it correctly and accurately. Then use a ruler to join them into a best fit line. Congratulations, you successfully gained the marks for this. So after sketch the graph, this question is very similar to the previous one. They ask you to find what is the value of A and B. So we know that LGB is my gradient. So gradient, we just choose 2 points. Then we can count the gradient, y minus y over x minus x. The gradient is LGB, and then here is 0.3. So B is 10 power 0.3. So after get information from the gradient, then we can find the information from y-intercept 1.3. So I can confirm my LGA equals to 1.3. So A equals to 10 power 1.3. And then both of them you need to give into one significant figure. So make sure at last your answer for A is 20. Your answer for B is 2. Just key in calculator. This is paper 2 question. Okay, so after this, find an estimate of x when y equals to 1005. Since x is the power unknown, I don't want to log it later, so I directly use back this equation. I subs in y equals to 1005. LGA I already know is 1.3. X I want to find, and then LGB I know is 0.3. Here in calculator, you get x is 6.25. Okay, in marking scheme, actually they accept a range because this graph is drawn by you. So that's why the best fit might have a big difference. So that's why they will accept answers from 6.2 to 6.4. Okay, next we go to the second type of question, which straight line formula, which is y equals to mx plus c. Sometimes the question will directly tell you what is the x-axis and y-axis. Let's say they say the x-axis is x squared, and then the y-axis is LGY. So just follow, they say y-axis is LGY, they say x-axis is x squared, and they tell you they passes through 2 points. Let's say 5, 10, 1, 3. There's a straight line that passes through here. So you can just directly find M and C. So how to find the gradient if they already tell you this is the coordinate on the straight line, then we just apply M equals to y minus y, x minus x. So we know here it's 7/4. And how to find C? We can use this coordinate or this coordinate. So this coordinate, the x represent my x squared. This 3 represent my LGY. So I put in LGY as 3, 7/4 is remain, and then x squared according to my graph 1. C is 5/4. So this is the straight line equation for a specific x and y scale. Then you can find the equation. If the question they ask you to write y in terms of x, means that they don't want you remain your answers as LGY. So you just show your LG to another side to become. Okay, so let's try some past year question. This past year question says LGY plot against x cubed. A straight line passes through these 2 points. So ask you to write y as a function of x. So we know straight line formula. We just need to focus and find what is my gradient and c. So gradient is y minus y, x minus x. So here is half. C, we just subs in x, y, and gradient. We just use any point. Let's say I use this and my gradient. So 7 equals to half 6 plus c. So it's just LGY equals to half x cubed plus 4. Then they ask you to write y as a function of x. Means y must be subject. So I just show my log become 10 power. Then you gain 4 marks. We try one more passive question. This plot against this passes through these 2 points. Find my gradient, y minus y, x minus x. Then I can find c. I can choose either one coordinate. Let's say I choose here, easier. Y is 1, x also 1. So LG 2y plus 1 equals to 4x squared minus 3. This question also asks you to write y as a subject. So show log. Done. Okay, there are some common mistakes that students make. Some students, they will assume this is the y equals to 4, and then they assume this is the x. So x squared, they put a square here, which is actually a no-no. You need to know this y and this x is based on this graph. This one represents the x way. This one represents the log 2y plus 1. So the log 2y plus 1 here, directly you put 1. The x squared here, you directly put 1. This is the coordinate. So the x and y follow back here. Then how about part B? They ask you to find the value of y when x is this. Not the x coordinate on the graph, not x squared. It's just your x. So that's why we substitute into the equation. Then just key in calculator, you get answer. Done. The last part we go for perpendicular bisector, which this we already learned in maths. Perpendicular bisector is a straight line. Perpendicular, you need to use m1 times m2 equals minus 1. So you can find the gradient for the new straight line. Bisector means they are cutting it into half. So that's why we must find midpoint by using x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Then we will get x value and y value. After we have x, y, and gradient, then we can form the straight line equation using either maths method or ms method. Ms method, we can use y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. This is the equation that derived from the gradient equation, because in gradient we know y minus y over x minus x equals to gradient. So we subs in x, y, and gradient value. The x and y we subs into the back position. Then we can form the straight line equation. Okay, midpoint distance we already learned in maths. So one more thing we need to know is how to find the area of triangle. Previously, we already learned area of triangle is half base times height, or half AB sine C. Here we learn one more situation. If 3 coordinates are given, we can use this. Area equals to half. We put a modulus, and then we can rearrange these 3 positions. We choose the easiest one to put first. Let's say I choose 0, 0, and I choose this 2 minus 2, and then minus 1, 2. After we write these 3 points, we will repeat the first position. After that, this time this, plus this time this, plus this time this. 0 times minus 2 is 0, plus this time this is 4, plus this time this is 0. And then minus, they're going up. 0 times 2 is 0, minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2, 2 times 0 is 0. Then we know the area for this shape is 1. So this is the formula to count triangle shape. Of course, when we go to A levels or further levels, we can use this equation to count more than 3 dots. We can do for a rectangle, for pentagon, all this, okay? So let's have a look on the question. They say this equation intersects the curve at point A and B. So we can immediately find the coordinate of A and B by doing simultaneous equation. We subs 1 into 2. So we solve as usual. So this will be the x coordinate for A and B. Then we subs into the y. We'll know what is the full coordinate. This is my A and B. Then they say the point C with this coordinate lies on the perpendicular bisector of AB. Y minus y, x minus x. So perpendicular, we not only need to find the gradient, we must use m1, m2 equals to minus 1. So m2 is minus 1 over 3. So after has this info, we still need xy to find a straight line equation. So midpoint. This is the midpoint. So the perpendicular bisector, we apply the y minus y equals to m x minus x. So this is the perpendicular bisector equation. They say point C have this coordinate lies on this perpendicular bisector, ask you to find the k value. So we just subs this into the perpendicular bisector equation. K equals to minus 19 over 8. Then you gain 9 marks. So next question says the point D lies on the perpendicular bisector of AB. And then D is the reflection of C on the line AB. Let's say C is here. This is my line AB. Then this is my D. We should know the midpoint should be midpoint for CD also. Coordinate C is minus 19 over 8, 7 over 8. And then the midpoint is 5 over 8 minus 1 over 8. Then we can use the midpoint formula to count this. Midpoint equals to this plus this over 2, this plus this over 2. So x is 29 over 8. Y is minus 9 over 8. So that's why the coordinate of D is 29 over 8 minus 9 over 8. Just like this. Next question. AB has these two coordinates. Find coordinate of C where AB cut the y-axis. So we need to find the equation of AB first. To find any straight line equation, we must have x, y, and gradient. X and y, I can choose any of them. For example, I choose this pair. And then the gradient is y minus y, x minus x. After I have xy gradient, I can do the equation y minus y equals to m x minus x. So this is equation 1. Then find the coordinate of C. They say it's cut y-axis. Y-axis means x equals to 0. So I substitute in x equals to 0. 7 over 2. So the coordinate is 0, 7 over 2. 3 marks. B. Find coordinate of D, which is the midpoint of AB. Average of x, average of y. This is D. We extract the C and D information here. Then part 3, find the equation of perpendicular bisector of AB. Perpendicular means m1, m2 equals to minus 1. We already have B's gradient, so we directly substitute in m1, m2 equals to minus 1. m2 is minus 2. And then the bisector is midpoint, which is 3, 5. So the equation is y minus y equals to m x minus x. So again, we gain these 2 marks. Then it says the perpendicular bisector of AB cut y-axis is point E. Ask you to find coordinate of E. Y-axis means x equals to 0. So we substitute x equals to 0 into this equation. So the coordinate of E is 0, 11. And then last, show that the area of triangle ABE is 4 times of triangle ECD. This is my A, this is my B, this is my E. So I can find area of triangle of ABE. We try to use the new formula. Area equals to half, 0, 11. Then go to these 2 points. Always repeat back the first. Then times, 0, minus 3 times 8, minus 24, plus 99, minus this, minus 33, plus 18, plus 0. So you get 45. Then we can count ECD. $11.25. So that's why 11.25 times 4 is 45. So already show ABE is 4 times of ECD. Done. Okay, just like this, we already covered the 3 parts that you need to know in MS straight line equation. So if you face any problem, please comment on my video and please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. See you in the next class. Thank you. Bye-bye.